Do you think that Puka Nacua becomes your number one receiver next year?
He might already be.
Yeah, with 9 receptions. You know, how much did Cooper Kupp have?
Because Cooper.
How many targets did they both have?
Like Puka Nacua had, he was second team All Pro this year.
Yeah,
That's a good question, though.
He had 14. I think it was like top 5 amongst all receivers in receiving yards, and I think he had 1,400 yards this year.
Yeah, he had like just under 1,500, I think. He was like number 4 in the league in receiving yards. So
tough. Tough. You really got this. This is a good question. You really got me because part of me wants to say yes, but part of me also wants to say no. I feel like Matt and Coop still got like this chemistry, but I can't deny what I'm seeing. Like he trusts Puka. You know what I'm saying? Like he's trusting Puka. You know what I mean? So I can't deny that.
But then, like you said earlier, you got frustrated with him forcing the ball to Cooper Kupp in the red zone because he's relying on
of that reliable. You know what I mean? Because of the chemistry. Because of I was like, dang, everybody they mama knew, like, bro. I know you trust your boy, but they double teaming him. They not, you know what I mean? Like,
don't you think the Lions know that?
You know, man. So I think it's to answer your question outright. I think it's one of those things that when you get to if you're in the regular season, I think he's going to trust Puka more. When you get to the playoffs, I still think it's going to be Coop, man. Until otherwise.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's valid. I was going to say, to answer your question earlier, Puka Nacua went 9 for 10 for 181 in the touchdown. Cooper Kupp went 5 for 9 with 27 yards. Pretty crazy.
27 yards.
27 yards on 5 catches.
27.
Well, yeah.
CJ Stroud, man.
CJ Stroud is the truth. Wow.
Sir.
I have to go back and watch our prediction video for the AFC South because I don't know if I had the Texans winning. I can't remember.
Okay.
I don't know if I had the
winning. I had the Jags before the season.
I think I had the Jaguars.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think we all had the Jags before the season started. Yeah.
Wow. I don't know what to say, bro. I mean, D'Amico Ryan's got to be coach of the year. I mean, that defense, bro, that defense was looking. That defense kind of reminded me of the 49ers defense that we're accustomed to seeing.
Yeah, that's where he came from.
That's where, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's an ISD coordinator, and he's got guys like Will Anderson, Derek Stingley, like at corner. Will Anderson's a pass rusher. They got some, and even on offense, Nico Collins has stepped up this year for him. He's been outstanding for him. Imagine if they still had Tank Dell too. Like
he got hurt.
Yeah, he was hurt.
And they haven't been playing with Damian Pierce either.
Yeah, he was one of the better rookies at running back last year.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, all those guys that I just named, Tank Dell, Will Anderson, Damian Pierce, those are all guys that they got from the Browns in the Deshaun Watson trade. So not only did the Texans kick the Browns' ass, they also
I didn't know that.
They also get the Browns' first round pick this year.
Wow.
Despite the fact that the Texans don't even have their own first round pick because their first round pick's going to Arizona.
Right.
They still have the Browns pick, which is higher than their own pick.
Wow.
So that's basically the equivalent. That's basically the equivalent to your girlfriend messing around with a coworker that gets promoted over you.
Right.
Dude, they need to keep that GM.
Wow.
They need to keep that GM.
To add insult to injury, right? I didn't, that's a great point you made, Randall, because Deshaun Watson to be honest with you, let's call it what it is. At this present moment, CJ Stroud's better than Deshaun Watson.
Oh, yeah.
CJ
Stroud's better than most of these top quarterbacks.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the reason why I'm saying Deshaun Watson's because he was the focal point of that trade.
Top 5 level this year.
No, for sure.
Yeah. Panthers fucked up. They fucked up.
Oh man,
Oh Jesus!
I feel so bad, man.
It's gonna be a long time since they're good again.
I feel so bad for Bryce Young because he's not the dude. But at the same time, the Panthers organization is so god awful. Do we even know?
They've been firing coaches left and right.
They've had
I think ever
No
since like their
consistency.
owner Tepper has taken over, they've had like 4 or 5 different head coaches.
And I've said this a few times. So for those that's been with this season, which we thank you for, by the way. I've told you this a few times, Noah. They hired Frank Reich, who was 0-6-1 last year before he got fired, if I'm not mistaken, or 1-6-1 or something. 0-6-1 last year with the Colts before he got let go. They hired Frank Reich to start to develop Bryce Young, your number 1 draft pick, quarterback. The Panthers are a trash organization, bro. They're a trash organization. I'm sorry, they're trash, bro. And is it fair to say that CJ Stroud would have been who he is if he was at the Panthers and Bryce Young was with the Texans?
CJ, probably not as much as
CJ
right
Stroud
now.
would have been a talent, right? He would have been a talent. I'm not saying Bryce Young would have been out there throwing that thing like crazy, but he would have looked a lot better than he did this year with the Panthers.
Oh yeah,
he would have been developed better, if you ask me. He hasn't been developed at all. I know this had nothing to do with the Panthers, but because we're talking about the Texans, because from here on out, they're always going to be compared. I'm sorry, they're always going to be compared from here on out.
Absolutely.
I just had to go in real quick because, man, I feel bad for Bryce Young, bro.
So real quick, guys, we're going to do rapid fire of your predictions for the divisional round. Randall, let's start with you. Texans at Ravens. Who are you picking?
I think the Ravens eke out a close one. I like the way the Texans have been playing. I do think Stroud is legit, but I do think the Ravens, and especially the Ravens defense, I think they'll come out to play, and I think they'll win 20. I think they'll win 20-30.
Okay, Hamilton.
I'm also going to go with the Ravens. I think this is Lamar Jackson's time. I think this is his moment. I think the Ravens watched the Texans beat up on the Browns, who, by the way, we were all talking about the Browns were going to give Ravens the most fits. So I think the Ravens watched that. I think they'll be prepared. I think CJ Stroud, he's been balling, but I think they'll have him a little confused out there. I think that the score will be, it's going to be tight. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I'll go with, I'll go with, let's say I'll go with 24-17.
24-17. All right. I'm going to use my upset pick on this one. All right. I'm going to go with the Houston Texans. I have full faith in CJ Stroud. I have full faith in him. I really think the Texans can make some noise. Yes, the Ravens are a very good team. Even I don't know if they get Mark Andrews back or not. But
Likely's been balling though.
Yeah, Isaiah Likely's been balling. Yeah, like you said, Lamar's locked in too. I just really think the Texans got something going here. I know they're not fully healthy, but I think it'll be a close game. I say like 27-24-ish type of game. Randall, Packers at Niners. Who you got?
I'm gonna go. I think the Niners win 20. I think the Niners win 28-20.
Okay. Him.
28-20, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Niners. I think they're just the better team. I think that the Packers just ran into the Cowboys who choked. So score wise, 28-20 sounds, I would say right about there. I would go probably 24. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. I think 20. I'll go 24-17.
Okay, 24-17. All right. Yeah, I gotta agree. I think the Niners here. I think they're just the overall more complete team. I think they win like 28-17. Buccaneers at the Lions. Randall.
I think the Lions win. I think the Lions win in a lopsided one. I think the Lions will win 31-20.
Okay. Yeah.
I got the Lions winning, but I'm not counting out Tampa Bay. They have championship pedigree. I think it's going to be a close one. I think the Lions inch it out. I'm going to go with they're going to both score points. Let's do I say 33-27.
Okay. A lot of respect, more respect to the Bucs. I take the Lions there too. Home field advantage for the Lions is very significant. I think they get a win 31-24. Something like that. And then the Chiefs at the Bills. Randall?
I think Kansas City will be able to pull it off and go on the road. I know everyone's talking about that this is the first road game for the upset in the Mahomes era, but I think Kansas City does have the better defense. They have the second best defense in the league behind the Browns. And I think last week, in a very cold weather game, I thought the Chiefs found something offensively with Rashee Rice. They definitely got him going involved. Travis Kelce looked a lot better. I think the week off, week 18, helped Travis Kelce out, and he looked like he had a little bit more pep in his step. And I think Mahomes, I think he's figuring out the offensive chemistry with Rashee Rice, and I think now that he's figured that out, I think he'll be able to go into Buffalo, and I think they'll be able to get it done. I think if they rely on the running game with Pacheco, I think Kansas City's going to go in there and pull off the upset.
Tough. Do you have a score for us? Close game or blowout?
Score 20. I'm gonna go 24 to 20. I'm gonna go 24-21. Close one.
It's tough because it's hard. Like it's tough because I don't want to count out Patrick Mahomes. Like I don't want to bet against that, man. It's like betting against Braun. It's like betting against Brady. You know, you just don't bet. Certain people just don't bet against. But I feel like teams don't really repeat in the NFL. And I feel like this might be Buffalo's best chance to get to a Super Bowl. I might be eating my words on this one, and this is a very close one. This is like a 49-51 for me. I'm going to go with the Bills. I think the Bills, they're at home. I think that I don't know. They just find a way to win this game. I also agree if it's going to come down to maybe the last play, maybe on the game-winning drive or a kick or a field goal, a walk-off field goal, I also have the score being 24-21.
Yeah, this is a tough one to determine for me too, man. I was just thinking about this the whole time. I personally got to go with the Bills by a very slight win, probably win by 2 points. I think Bills probably win like 24 to like 22 or 21. Like
walk-off field goal or something.
Yeah, exactly. Very, very close. It's not going to be a blowout to me. So that's going to be a very interesting game to watch.
So
that's the best game this weekend, in my opinion.
Yeah, for real.
Yes. So on Instagram, my Instagram account is at Randall as at Ran_Hamilton. That's RAN_Hamilton HAMILTON. And also the Valley Sports Telegram Instagram page. It is at BST_media.com. I'm sorry. The Instagram guy is at BST Media. That's at BST_media. So that's the Instagram handle.
Right
on. Oh, yeah. And then you can follow us at our Instagram, Endzone Emcees, all in one word. We will be posting all our reels and new content about our episodes on there daily. And you can also find me on Instagram at YUNG_N.U for more.
Instagram, Hennessy Ham. Also follow me on my other Instagram, VOAWA18. I'm following everyone back who follows me on that Instagram. You can find us on TikTok, A18 Hammy on TikTok. We have the Endzone Emcees TikTok as well. Let's shout that one out. You know, catch us there on TikTok as well, Endzone Emcees. And once again, Randall, thank you, bro. This was amazing. Always, been talking about having you on, so it was dope, bro. And yeah, man, we out.
Yes, sir. We out here. Thanks for tuning in, guys.